What's up guys, I'm Sarah Weaver. Welcome back to my channel. This week we are going to be doing a weekly wildcard video and I'm just going to be doing a little makeup tutorial, okay? It's going to be on this look you see right here, a little smoky eye. I'm really not the best with these fake lashes, so, they look alright though, right? You just gotta stand back a little further from people so they don't pay too much attention. If you guys want to see how I got this look, stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button below, turn on your post notifications, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments down there. I love hearing from you guys. And without further ado, let's just jump right into this video, shall we? So today I'm going to start off with my eyes first, and I'm going to be using some darker colors, like kind of on the outer corner of my eye and that lash line area. So I know that there's going to be fallout, especially with the Morphe Lisa Frank palette. And I have to say, like, that palette looks gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. But the colors are just not that great. Like, they're super powdery, don't have a lot of color payoff, but like you can make them work. So if you have that palette, like, you can make it work. And there's different tips and tricks, and you can use your finger to get more color payoff on certain shadows in there and stuff like that. So it's not horrible, but I don't know if I would recommend it. Like, if you don't have that palette but you have these colors, like, just use whatever you have because you don't really need that palette. Okay, so we're gonna start off, and I'm just gonna take like this cool toned gray taupey color, and I'm just gonna take that on this big fluffy brush and just start by whipping that in to my crease. And usually I would put like concealer and foundation and stuff on my eyelids, or some kind of base. I really don't have eyeshadow base, but I usually use concealer. But in this case, I'm just going right in. I honestly am not going anywhere today, so I don't need this shadow to last a super long time. I don't have my eyelids are a little veiny, but like not to the point where I feel like I need to put concealer on to cover that up. I don't know if you can see too, my dog's back there in the background. She's sleeping for now, so I'm sure at any point she could just get up and like start freaking out and bark her head off. Thought she heard me. But so just be warned that she's there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of concealer and put it on my brow bone area because I razored my eyebrows, but they were like, I don't know if you guys ever have done this before, but like the little hairs were too short to like actually razor, but it looked so like messy that I just felt like I needed to do it, especially for this video. And so I did it, and now it just looks, it's like irritated, kind of like razor burn or something. That's what it feels like. Just fucked up my eyebrows for you guys. It's fine. Let's get back to just blending this, and I'm just putting it all over my whole lid. And I kind of do that trick, where you just look forward, you want to see where the crease of your eye is, and just make sure you're putting that like well above your crease. And I definitely try to like pull my corners out a little further than normal, like maybe to the end of my brow over here. So you don't necessarily want to stop where your eyelid stops, otherwise I'd be stopping like over here somewhere. But I just kind of like let it feather out just a little bit. You just want to make your eyes look a little bit more open, extend them, make them look longer. Especially like my eyelids kind of like tend to droop down a little bit. Like I really have to make sure I'm like opening my eyes. I don't know why that is. It's just some genetic trait that I was blessed with. But yeah, so I just, make sure I put my eyeshadow out a little further and up a little higher. Go into this gray color. I don't know if you can even see that right there. And just take a little bit, and I'm just gonna lightly dust this. I don't want this to be too dark, but I just want a little bit darker, like in my crease here. And just on that outer half of my eye. I'm not really gonna bring it in. And we're just blending back and forth, just making sure we're getting that right into the crease in that outer corner area. So first I go in, I kind of have my brush so that that edge is getting in there, and then I can turn it sideways like this and kind of just blend out those edges, because you really just don't want harsh lines when you're doing any type of like smoky eyeshadow. We're gonna get into this Lisa Frank Morphe palette. The color we're gonna use from this palette is this one here. It's like a navy blue color. And just take this and I'm gonna put it down right here. And that's the main spot that I want it. And just try to get it as close to the lash line as I can. And just really blend it out. Blend it back and forth. Wow, this really isn't as dark as I thought it would be. Well, that's okay. We're just experimenting, right? I can always make it darker. So I think what I'm gonna do to just make this a little darker is I'm gonna take this black right next to it. It's called Max Splash. And it's crazy, like when you, I barely like touch this and it just flakes off into little pieces. Oh, there she goes. Man, she's vicious, guys. You better watch out. Reese, settle down, girl. There ain't nothing out there. It's super quiet in my house right now, and it's like she hears every little thing. Alright, I'm just going to take this fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out a little bit more. I think the one that I'm using is a little bit too stiff. It's very rainy outside today, and it's also very like bright, so it's so confusing. And my dog doesn't understand that like just because it's bright outside doesn't mean that she can go out there. So she's just been like chilling in the house today. She's so bored. I feel so bad for her. And our backyard is just a lake right now, like completely, totally a lake. Kind of inspired by the shirt that I'm wearing today. It's actually a crop top, guys, okay? And if you know me, like, I do not wear crop tops, okay? But I bought two recently. And I just felt like, so I know, like, I don't really talk about anything else but, makeup and true crime and all that stuff, but I would like to talk about, my weight loss journey and all that kind of stuff, and maybe I'll do a whole video about that if that's something you guys would like to see. But I've lost about, I think it's probably between 25 and 30 pounds at this point because it's been fluctuating a little bit. I've been doing keto. I've tried a couple different things, just doing the whole healthy eating and controlling your portions and calories and things like that. And then I've been on keto, which I've seen more success in a faster period of time. So I don't know if you guys like want to hear me talk about that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments because I will definitely do a video on that. And it's probably been like maybe like 5 months that I've been doing keto. So I've taken breaks like a couple times because of the holidays and things like that. But yeah, I feel like I have some good recipes and like things like that. If you guys would want to see that, let me know. Let your girl know. Just gonna take a makeup wipe and just clean up under my eyes. So today for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I'm sorry, but I'll try to use more foundations in the future, but I'm just gonna take that, and this is just a Real Technique sponge, and it's dampened, and I'm just going to push that into the skin. I already moisturized also, and I've been using this vitamin C serum for my dark spots, and I think it's helped a little bit. I'm still getting like new breakouts, like you can see over here and stuff like that, but it's kind of hard not to. Like the job that I have, I wear a mask all day, and you know, 8-9 hours of wearing a mask will just ultimately give you acne. I really don't think there's a way to avoid it. And I hate, like, I'm not gonna sit here and complain and tell you guys, like, how much COVID sucks, but you already know that, so I don't need to say that. But, yeah, I'm just ready for that to be over, to get my skin back, to get my life back, and I think we all are, right? Also, I dyed my hair again, and I'd love to know if you guys can tell any difference because I think it got a little bit darker, but also the dye I used, I just feel like it doesn't like cover completely. Like it leaves my hair a little bit patchy looking and a little bit streaky, and I used the entire bottle of color and it still left me looking like that. So I don't know what to do. I guess I can just go get it like professionally done. I just hate doing that. I hate like paying somebody to do something that I should be able to do myself. Like it's not that hard to color your hair. But, you know, if you want it to look good, I think that you should probably do it professionally. That's just gonna have to be good enough. Is that good enough for you guys? Damn. Alright, I'm just gonna put a little bit more foundation on because I need that coverage in a few areas. Now we're gonna do concealer, and I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and it is in the shade Light. I'm just gonna put that right under my eyes, draw it out a little bit to the side. And I like to pull it onto the sides of my nose a little bit, just kind of do a little bit of a fake nose contour situation. Actually, let's go ahead and blend this out first. I don't know if you guys know the secret of concealer, but like if you let your concealer sit a little bit longer and just kind of dry out a little, it will give you fuller coverage because it won't all get absorbed by your beauty blender or your brush or anything. Just lightly tap out my concealer. And I just like pinch the sponge together to get into that corner. And then when you get to the edges where your concealer meets your foundation, you just kind of want to pounce it just lightly to kind of blend the two together. And I pull my concealer all the way out here so it kind of like lifts your face on the cheekbone area. So now that we have that down, I'm going to set everything with powder, and I'm just going to use this Airspun Original Formula loose translucent setting powder and just tap a little into the lid. And then just take a big fluffy brush. Use whatever brush you have. This is the Morphe R2. I'm just going to take that, get it all over the brush, tap it off, and just press it in all over my face. And sometimes over like my blemishes, I just take a little on a beauty blender and just pounce it over top. I feel like it just smooths it out a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just in my head. I'm just going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contour, and it's in the color Dulce de Leche. And I'm just taking it on this small like dome brush. I'm going to start just right there on the sides. And I know this color like is gonna come off a little bit warm, but hopefully like once it gets blended out it won't look too crazy. And this isn't really a contour, but it's more of a, I'm using it as a bronzer. And then I'm just gonna take it around my forehead, my temple area. And I just kind of like get it on there, and then once I feel like, okay, I don't have that much on the brush anymore, I can kind of blend it out. Make it look the way I want it to look, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of push it back into my hairline here, just make sure that, you know, it doesn't look like you have a bronzer helmet on. You actually have like you want it to look like it's your natural skin, right? You just naturally tan with this bronzy glow and you're looking gorge. And I'm just gonna go over it with our little powder brush. Don't want it to be too intense. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of this peachy color. And don't judge me for this brush I'm about to use. I don't even know where it's from. I think it's like some old Revlon brush. But I always use it for my blush and it's just so good. It just fits right there on the apples of my cheeks and I just love it. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. blush palette and it's just a little quad, and I'm going to take this peachy shade up here. And I like honestly am not a big blush person, so I'm not going to put a lot of this on. Just enough to give me a little bit of color. Like most of my videos I'm just wearing bronzer because I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's just too much like with blush. Some looks that can be really pretty, other times I'm just like, no, let's leave that out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Now I'm gonna finish up my eyes and I'm just gonna smoke out that lower lash line. I'm just gonna take this little like dome shaped brush and I'm gonna take that, I'm starting with the lightest gray that we used in that Morphe palette. And I'm just gonna hit my mic with the brush and then I'm gonna go in right under my eyes. Do you guys ever go back and watch like old videos of YouTubers that, like some of your favorite YouTubers, and just see how much their videos have changed over time. Because I was doing that earlier. I was watching some old Jaclyn Hill videos and some old Nicole Guerrero videos, and they're just so like funny to me how much they've changed. Like, not necessarily personality wise, but just like the way they do their makeup, the way they apply it, and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just so funny to see like how dead set people are on doing things a certain way, and then you just see over time like makeup is so like it's just changing all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's trendy to do the blush, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's trendy to smoke out your lower lash line down to your cheekbones. Sometimes it's not. You know, like thick eyeliner used to be a thing for a while. Then that stopped happening. I don't know, it's just interesting to me to see how things change over time. So the last thing I'm going to do is fill in my brows just like a tiny bit. I don't really even think they need them that much, but we're just going to do it. So I'm going to take this NYX, if I can look at it long enough, NYX Fill and Fluff pencil. It's like a pomade type of brow pencil, and then on this side it has a little brush, so you can just fluff up your eyebrows. I don't know, sometimes like I go back and forth whether I want a spoolie to do this with or the fluffer brush. I think both can get the job done pretty well. But the brush is kind of neat, like it does really fluff your brows up. So if you're somebody looking for a fluffy brow, this might be for you. All right, I'm gonna take this side. And I think this side just kind of like blends things nicely too. Right, you can see a little bit of a difference. So now I'm going to do this eye, and I will be right back. I'm going to just put a little bit of eyeliner on my waterline with this Rimmel pencil, just twist up. So next, I'm going to just take a little bit of this highlight, and it's the Mary Luminizer, which is actually a throwback. Like, if you guys remember back in the day, that was like a big thing, okay? And I still love it. Like, I've had mine for a couple years now. I didn't get it like right back then when it was popular, but I still love it. It's so nice. Like, it looks good with every makeup look, I swear. Actually, I'm just gonna take a little bit of it on my pinky finger, just dip it in there, and go right on the inner corner. And wakes up your eyes a little bit, makes you look a little bit more sparkly, you know. I'm just gonna take this Real Techniques fluffy brush and just kind of go over my whole face really quick. I just feel like it helps blend everything together before you set it with your setting spray. And then I'm just going to take the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray today. I usually use the Urban Decay one, but I kind of like this one sometimes too. Plus it's such a fine mist. And then while that sets in place, I'm just going to get my lashes ready. And I'm going to be using these Ardell ones today. I already took one off, but it's these little wispy looking ones. Super pretty. Just gonna pop these on. Alright, and then for lips, we're just going to do this Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lip in the color Nude Thrill. And this is just like a cream lipstick. It's kind of like your lip color, but better. Okay, so of course you could leave it like this if you wanted to and just go with a matte lip. Like this will dry down just a tiny bit more. What do you want, Reese? But I'm gonna put a gloss on top. So I'm gonna just take this clear gloss by Co Bigelow or Co Bigelow. I still don't know how to say that. And it's just their cinnamon flavored gloss, and I just put a little on my finger. Actually, that's probably too much, but just kind of dab it on top. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you liked this video. I'm hoping to do more makeup tutorials and things like that. They're just a little bit easier for me to film. Does not take much research, if any. And so it's just a little easier for me to do these sometimes. But I'm still going to be doing the True Crime Tuesdays every once in a while. Hopefully I'll be able to do it like once or twice a month. We'll see how it goes. But I still like doing those. It just takes me longer to research and do all that stuff beforehand. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week this week. And, you know, obviously subscribe, like this video if you liked it. Give it that thumbs up, turn on those bell notifications, all the things. And I will be back here hopefully next week. Okay, hopefully next week with a new video. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I will see you later. Bye.